Hey, what's up, YouTube? It's Richie from Boston. It's the 7th. It's May. It's 2026. All those things are completely debatable, but you know what? Nobody seems to care, so why debate it? At any rate, what is up?
Hello, folks. I just wanted to do a video on Michael Jackson and Donald Trump, O.J. Simpson, get some truth out there. You know, I've known for a long time the truth about Michael Jackson, so I wanted to do a video about that. One of the most iconic figures of all time. Certainly huge when I was growing up. Here's some different pictures of him, but not all. I don't think any of these are the real Michael. This one is. This one is. This is a fake. This is a fake. All these are fakes. Especially this one. That was a real one. That was a fake. This was the guy that they used a lot. And he was from Latin America. Most of them were lookalikes and replacements. That one's not even that close. And then people accepted this one. And they accepted all the explanations that were given. Oh, his skin's turning white. He's got a disease. He's had plastic surgeries. His nose is falling off. That was never the real Michael to begin with. Trying to be Michael, he had a wig on. He would put his face on, paint it white, put his red lipstick on. This was the one that was the last one that played Michael. And he died, or they just ended it. They just ended the whole Michael Jackson charade because the original one had been dead for so long. Truth is, Thriller was the real last big accomplishment the real Michael Jackson had. I was going to play the video. In fact, I uploaded the first video and it was blocked worldwide in 5 minutes, so I had to remake this. This was the real Michael doing his Thriller. He started making this album in 1982, and in 1984 it was the #1 album in the world. I think he was about 24 years old when this came out in 1984. His Thriller video was set precedence, and it was huge. Huge back in the days when MTV played music. Just wanted to show you some things. This is Michael when he was about 8 or 10 years old. And this is when it really started happening for Michael. When all the bad things started happening. They put him in the industry. They made him an industry kid. If you're in the industry, you know exactly what I'm talking about. He's wearing red. Red is the color that denotes sex slave. He was a sex slave in the industry. His father used to pimp him out. His father was his taxi driver, would take him to hotels to meet with executives, pedophiles in Hollywood. On the left are the real pics of Michael, and on the right I put the fakes. Real ones on the left, fake ones on the right. These were nauseating. This one and this one, they were just so nauseating. Notice the hand. Michael Jackson here. Look how huge and reptilian-like this hand is. Look how bony the arm is. His other arm is really long and bony too. It's like he's shape-shifting in the middle of his video. And he used to always cover his hands with gloves. They said he was germophobic or whatever. It was hiding his unusually large hands. Those aren't even human. Look at those hands. You know, when Michael was little, see, there he goes again, and a close-up of the hand and the bony arms. The Latino that played Michael, right there. Some of these other fakes. Just puppets, pawns. Not really the real Michael Jackson. And what happened to him was that he was involved with the Hollywood LA group of Satanism. He had signed the dotted line, he had joined the Illuminati, taken the oath, all that crap. And he became the high priest of LA. And when you become the high priest of LA, it's a huge group, just thousands of people in it. When you go to a Hollywood event, you see all those 50 rows of people, and the celebrities are always in the back 10 rows. And the first 20, 30 rows are a bunch of people you don't even recognize, you don't even know who they are. And they say, oh, those are the industry executives. Those are the high-ranking Satanists of Hollywood. That's why they get to sit in the front rows. It goes by rank. And so that's why all the celebrities are in the back, because they haven't worked their way up to the front yet. So if you're a celebrity and you want to get in the front rows at the Oscars or the Grammys, you have to work your way up in seating. When you work your way up the ladder in rank, you work your way up in rows. See, that's not even him. And Michael Jackson was the high priest of all of that out there. He was the high priest at a young age of about 18 years old. And he wanted out. He was tired of it. He was sick of it. He wanted to get out. He didn't want to be high priest anymore. And so they planned his death. Because in Hollywood, you don't leave. You don't get out. And when you start causing problems, they start planning your death. And they start bringing in replacements and lookalikes. And they start training them so that they can take over who that celebrity is. And they had plenty of lookalikes and replacements for Michael, so that when they killed him, a lookalike could just step in and take over his body. Look how small this guy's hands are and fingers compared to the real Michael that I just showed you. Look how small his hands are. Look how small. They don't even compare to the real Michael Jackson's hands. And so what they did was they had him put on his demon outfit that he wore for the Thriller video. They probably had him go in and look something like this, because I heard they had him dress up like the demon in the Thriller video. And they sacrificed him on a satanic altar in LA. And the person who did it was none other than the second man in charge at the time. He was the high priest. And the second one in charge, I don't know if they call him a high priestess or what, because that's the only titles I'm familiar with, high priest and high priestess. It's usually a man and a woman, but in a lot of groups, sometimes it can be two men. But he was killed. And at the time, the one that was second in charge was Robert Shapiro. Robert Shapiro of O.J. Simpson fame.
I have something I want to tell you.
Yes, Michael?
I'm not like other guys.
Of course not. That's why I love you.
No, I mean I'm different.
What are you talking about?
That are basically impersonating people. And one by one, the people die off and the aliens take over by impersonating them. But, like in the movies, it's usually they actually they're taking over the body, or they create a new body, out of a pod or something like that. But here in the Bible, it's saying that it's a light technology that they use. That they're not actually taking over the actual bodies of the dead. They're using light, a light impersonation technology to impersonate the dead. I mean, that's what it seems to be saying. So they're deceiving with the image technology to on the one hand, make themselves more beautiful so they can infect the seed of humanity by mating with humanity, and then sometimes to even impersonate someone who's dead. So I'm sure there's more to this throughout the Bible, and in fact, the word revelation itself means to lay bare or to make naked, a disclosure of truth. And it says, states or persons hitherto withdrawn from view are made visible to all. They're revealed. So, like in Genesis 2, it says originally the humans and the Isha were both bare. They were naked. They were basically without this cloaking technology, and they were not confused. But then later, the Isha and the humans started using this technology, and things became confused because they were changing their appearance. The technology is like a clothing. And but then it tells us in Revelation that the apocalypse is coming, the return of being bare, of being true, the revealing of the deception, the disclosure of the truth that's coming. So the way it looks now is it appears that there are some people that are really looking forward to this revealing, and there are other people that are deathly afraid of it for the reasons that we just discussed. So it does appear that this deception is happening now. And you know, it's bizarre because it's all over in the movies and television. I mean, just everywhere. It's not just this movie right here. It's just, it's this concept is everywhere, and it's been in the Bible this whole time for thousands of years, but nobody realized it. So the Bible is saying that these events, this deception with the technology and the mingling with the seed of humans, it's saying it will happen when humans begin to multiply on the earth, and that's happening right now. It says it's going to be happening at the end of 6,000 years. That's right now. And it says it's going to be happening at the end of the Fourth Empire, which is right now. And it also says that a stone will destroy that image, that which we now know is a technology. And that's the technology they're using to deceive humans. It says the asteroid is going to destroy that. And that's the wrath. And there are 4 groups of human survivors who will be rescued from...
Bad girl.
will be rescued and protected while this event plays out, this asteroid impact.
The Bible predicts that there's coming a world peace. It will come. But listen, it will be a deceptive peace. It will be the most subtle and the most deceptive trap that's ever been set, because it'll catch the world in it, and they'll be caught and they'll be destroyed.
Confirmation again that the putting on of the apron armor is actually the putting on of the image, the cloak of light, the attire of the breathing substance of human bodies, the serpent charming enchantment, the changeable suits of apparel, the covering membrane, the coat of many colors, or the cloak. So we know the texts tell us the image technology is made of light, and light is electromagnetic radiation.